Good evening. On behalf of the senior class, thank you all for coming tonight to help us celebrate our graduation. My name is Ruth Ann Bates, and I am the president of the 2016 graduating class. Our class is very talented and diverse in several ways. Each individual has his or her own chosen path. Some will go to big universities, some will go to smaller colleges, and some will immediately join the workforce and start their contribution to society. Some of our class is artistically and musically inclined. Some are crazy intelligent, and some are insanely athletic. We all have our differences, but one thing we all seem to have in common is our childhood love for Disney. We all grew up watching Disney movies and dreaming of being either a Disney princess, like me, or a brave hero who saves the day. Now everyone's probably wondering where I'm going with this. Let me explain. One of the most memorable quotes from Disney is from the movie Nemo. Dory sings, "Just keep swimming, just keep swimming." We can all learn from this that we should keep going through life no matter how tough it gets. If you just keep swimming, you will eventually make it through that rough part of your life and make it to the more positive and exciting parts that are just ahead. You must continue to always look forward. Another memorable quote is from The Lion King, when Rafiki explains to Simba, "The past can hurt, but the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it." We can benefit from Rafiki's words of advice by learning from our past mistakes but not dwelling on them, because running from the past only causes history to repeat itself. Learn from the past but do not focus on it, for it will do no good for your future. In Pocahontas, we learn about diversity among people. She states, "You think the only people who are people are the people who look and think like you. But if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew. This Disney movie helps teach us that every person should be treated with kindness and respect regardless of his station in life. So as we go out into the world, we can and should learn to appreciate the differences we will find in others. In Mulan, she explains, "The flower that blooms in adversity is the most rare and beautiful of them all." As you know, in this story, Mulan is a young girl who is struggling to be true to who she really is. This teaches us to be ourselves. As human beings, we are naturally attracted to those who are different and stand out in the crowd. So do not be afraid to be unique, and you will be beautiful. Besides, Mulan did her own thing and she still got the guy. In Alice in Wonderland, Alice was told, "You used to be much, muchier. You've lost your muchness." For those of you who are not familiar with the meaning of muchness, muchness is the innocence and imagination that appears in the hearts of young children. As children grow older, they become more mature and gain more responsibilities. However, this makes them lose their muchness. We need to keep our imaginations and young hearts with us no matter what our age shall be. We need to make sure not to lose our muchness. Finally, and perhaps the most important, Winnie the Pooh tells us, "You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think." When we all go out into this big world after high school, we can't lose our confidence. We must believe in ourselves to reach our goals, and to do this, we must believe that we are braver than we think, and we can take on any challenge that we have to face. We must believe that we are stronger than we seem, and we can handle it no matter what our size is. And we must believe that we are smarter than we think, and we can outsmart any trial. We have been well prepared to face the world by our parents, teachers, and other important people in our lives. Most of us, whether we want to admit it or not, are a little scared of what is about to happen next. But I pray that we all do well in this life, for we all know we have been working and getting ready for this new chapter in our lives for a long time. We have been taught to be respectful, we have been taught to be ourselves and to be kind to others. We have learned to believe in ourselves and never stop imagining what the rest of our lives could possibly be like. So I close with this. Never stop dreaming, never lose your muchness, and just keep swimming. Thank you.